And again, the question is, can and to what extent can schools punish activity that's actually outside of the school? Okay, so let's go back to ancient times, 2005. Living in the ancient times here. Okay, so Latour versus Riverside. A 14-year-old student, middle school student, writes rap music. Writes it outside of school, doesn't bring it into school, but his parents get him recording equipment. They're supportive of his ability to write and produce and create this music. No, he writes a song that has some pretty nasty lyrics. Not only just nasty lyrics in general, but nasty lyrics that kind of are about the school and how he gets picked on and how he theoretically wants to He didn't say he wants to do a school shooting, but he mentioned school shootings in the rap song. If you're really curious, I think you can actually type in the name of the case and actually see some of the excerpts of the song in question. But here's the thing. The song was never brought into school. It was not recorded in school. It was not written in school. And as far as we can tell, it was never intended to get to school. It was completely outside. The school district somehow found out about the song. Another student probably heard it and brought it to the school's attention. I think that's the only way they could have found out. The school considered the lyrics to be a quote-unquote terrorist threat in this age of school shootings. There are laws about what you can and can't say regarding terrorism. Just ask all the people who are kicked out of the dorm for the bomb threat. I mean, this is college and we still have those kind of issues. So they consider it to be a terrorist threat. This seems like it's a legitimate concern. We're worried about a school shooting. We take it seriously. By the way, I was involved as a substitute teacher in going to a school where they had credible reason to think there would be a school shooting that day. Not something to take lightly. It's pretty, it's pretty heady stuff. So, our instructions were to watch everybody. If you see anything that even remotely seems suspicious, call the administrators. It's pretty serious business. But anyway, the student was expelled from school, not just suspended, expelled. It went through due process, so that wasn't a concern. But the parents and the student decided they were going to challenge this as a violation of First Amendment. And the idea with the First Amendment is not only Congress shall not make a law, it's that really you shouldn't be getting in trouble at a public institution for private speech. And that's what he thought happened. And the district court ruled that the student's First Amendment rights were actually violated. The school had no business suspending, let alone expelling, the student for something that was absolutely off school grounds, had no intention of getting to school. And it was kind of like with the Morse v. Frederick case. I don't know if you remember with one of the dissents. The thing was bong hits for Jesus. And the question was whether or not that endorses an anti-drug message. And remember, one of the dissents said, no, it really didn't. It doesn't say, go use a bong after school. It doesn't say pick up a bong, pick up some weed, and, go to town. It doesn't say anything like that. All it says is bong hits for Jesus. In a similar way, they looked at the language of these lyrics and said, well, it doesn't say anything about, I want to start a school shooting. All it did was mention the idea of a school shooting in the lyric. That's all it did. So the court said you could maybe consider that a threat. But more likely it was just, it wasn't a threat. This is rap music written for entertainment purposes, etc. So that was another part of the case.